So it's your American Soul Roman here. I'm shooting a vlog here from my bedroom in lack of better places to shoot a video in. And I'm also doing this on a bad camera, and the reason for why is that the camera I have and can use does not have enough memory for this talk. So this subject is going to be about geopolitics, globalism, and the two nationalist leaders, Trump and Putin, both bad, one worse than the other, and how we as humanity needs to understand how we solve conflicts here on this planet and how to do that better. Yeah. Yeah. So first off, globalism. So we're living on a sphere called the Earth. It's a big stone that circles around a fireball called the Sun in space. We have one of these. On this planet, there are many nations, some in conflict with others, everyone competing with each other, and some cooperating. Now, in these conflict areas, usually that means there are two nations that are nationalists. They simply have no idea that of the Earth sphere, so to speak. They basically see their country as their own planet to do as they wish. Two of these countries fights, and a third player comes in. Let's call that the world police, NATO. NATO has the ability to withdraw the possible use of what's called petrodollar, or also stopping the resource oil from coming into these countries. Now, every country in the world is dependent on oil, which makes it a possibility to negotiate for. In some of these cases, of course, they have the possibility to produce fuel from oil that they have on the backyard. But then we have a petrodollar and say, no, you cannot sell oil, freezing that economical asset, so to speak, so they cannot trade with other countries. That forces them into a place where you as a negotiator, that being NATO, coming there and telling them, no, now you have to make peace. We want education here for future generations in your countries, and also we want to see the human sacrificing and suffering to end. So oil is basically a good thing there, even though it's the source of why we have this global environmental catastrophe that is the global warming, global growth house effect, so to speak. Now, we have, at the current moment, we have two political leaders that are nationalists, that being a really bad idea. One is Trump and one is Putin. Now, Trump don't give a fuck about Europe or anything. It's just America, planet America, basically. Planet America does not exist other than in Trump's own head. And in Putin's case, it's much worse, because Putin, he doesn't like petrodollar. He wants that removed because he wants to be able to make war here in Europe. And he is currently using a geopolitical strategy for that, in order to take himself up to the North Pole and pump oil out of the earth there. Now, Putin's geopolitical strategy is to make more countries nationalistic here in Europe, and that so conflict more easily will arise and cooperation will stagnate. Now we're on luck here because President Trump is up for impeachment, uh, but still it's gonna be tough for the one who takes over if Putin succeed with making it so one or two countries in Europe goes nationalistic. So Le Pen, for example, is a big boo here. We don't want him. And I'm sure there are many more nationalistic leaders here in Europe that can make it so if Putin wish to go in to Finland, Sweden and Norway to go up and drill out oil from the North Pole, it's going to be much tougher to coordinate and defend the North Pole. Now, Sweden, Finland, and Norway, you don't need to care about, but if you fuck up the North Pole, pump oil out of there, it's gonna be so that the global housewarming will fuck up this stone sphere that we live on, and it's gonna kill any person on any nation, either due to storms, drought, and lack of food and other types of resources that comes with us having a functional geological what's it called now? It's biosphere. There we have it. So let's first off hope for. Oh wait, I almost forgot something. But there is those leaders that are more righteous than others. I liked Obama, for example. Believers in God, the fourth player here in these games. Now, if you imagine that you're gonna be judged for your actions when you die, and that person that's gonna judge you know everything you have done, it's gonna make it so that you stop doing shit that is bad for the whole of humanity, because either how the public, WikiLeaks or anything, or another person can leak information, get a hold of information of what you have done that has been a big bad, and so that fourth play is always there anyhow. So you might as well assume that God sees everything and you are going to be punished for it, because the public will learn about everything in the end anyhow. That is just how it works. Yeah, so if you're gonna be a leader, it's a good idea to have an understanding that, or a good idea to at least believe that everything has a creator, that being God or goddess or Allah or whatnot. That is a loving, caring, nurturing being that cares about nature, its own creation, and is gonna judge you if you do things that is actually gonna hurt its creation. Yeah, so that was all. Anyhow, this is your American Soul Roman saying goodbye.